Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico ranch is on the market, ready to be sold at a price tag of more than $27 million, but it's not quite clear who will get the money when it is sold.
Target 7 went searching for answers to see what could be preventing the money from going to the victims. Here's John Cardinelli.
This ranch in the remote desert of Santa Fe County is surrounded by the beautiful landscapes of New Mexico. But some say what is alleged to have happened here is anything but beautiful.
It's just, kind of a disgusting realization about what occurred in that building.
This estate was bought and used by Jeffrey Epstein in 1993. He's the billionaire with ties to Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, and New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. Women have come forward saying they were sexually assaulted at this ranch.
There was questionable conduct on that ranch.
After Epstein committed suicide 2 years ago, a federal court ordered that all of Epstein's assets be sold and the proceeds go to the victims. And that has happened with his properties in New York and Florida, but it hasn't happened here in the land of enchantment.
For some reason, it's a mystery of why it's taking so long.
The mystery lies in a religious nonprofit that claimed it owned Epstein's ranch. For a year, this estate has been tied up in legal dispute, unable to be sold.
A so-called church in Florida has claimed that they are the owners of the Epstein Ranch. They claim that for the price of $200, that Epstein deeded them this property in Santa Fe County.
The religious organization Love and Bliss provided proof in the form of this deed. But look closely at Epstein's signature. Attorneys representing the dead billionaire's estate say this deed and all the other documents supporting the sale were forged. So Epstein's lawyers sued, and for a full year they tried to get possession of the estate so they could sell it.
In other words, nothing could have happened to that ranch. There could not have been a sale while there was this cloud on the title.
Trying to get a hold of the nonprofit was challenging. For nearly a year, the court waited to make a ruling. The court tried to get a hold of this nonprofit to tell them they'd been sued. Instead of anything legal, they got messages from the nonprofit like this, claiming they need 9 months to find an attorney because of COVID.
The idea that you can't find a lawyer in the United States because of COVID certainly raises the possibility that this is not exactly on the level.
In this message, they told the judge she would go down in history as the best judge in Santa Fe, a true role model and an American hero if she gave the property to them. The organization said they would give a, quote, large percentage back to the state. We did more digging into the nonprofit. As far as we can tell from IRS records, they've not filed tax returns since they were formed 4 years ago. There's no website, and its address comes back to a home.
These were shady characters trying to slow up the process and cloud the title.
In every other state, there were few problems liquidating Epstein's assets. The same nonprofit made a similar claim on his estate in Florida, but within months, a judge there ordered the property to go to Epstein's estate. Eventually, the court-ordered fund distributed $125 million to the victims' compensation program that had been set up. After that money was distributed, the fund closed shop in August. Meanwhile, back here in New Mexico, the dispute over the property continued. They failed to formally appear or answer to the court. Just 2 weeks ago, a Santa Fe County judge issued this order, giving the property back to Epstein's estate. But with the victims' compensation program dissolved, where would the money from the sale go?
The Epstein Victims Fund apparently has completed its work, has shut down. It doesn't exist. So if the ranch sells, the money goes where? We don't know. It's a very good question.
Target 7 tried to get some answers. We went to this man, Dylan O'Reilly, the local attorney on record representing the Epstein estate. He did not want to do an interview.
Will that go back to the victims?
And I don't know the answer to that. I think that'll just have to go according to whatever the law requires.
We're now flying over the Epstein estate from Sky 7, and take a look here. You can see it has multiple homes, an airstrip, and a barn. And we did find that the property is now listed for sale at a price tag of $27.5 million. We paid the real estate agent a visit to see if there are any buyers.
It is still for sale.
So what happens to the nonprofit that tied all of this up in court?
If you're trying to convince a judge, for example, that somebody signed a document they didn't sign, those could all be felony offenses that a prosecutor's office or an attorney general's office could investigate.
I firmly believe that a law enforcement agency at the federal level has to be involved, and that all of these transactions need to be reviewed by a court judge. so that there be integrity and reliability in this process.
And this is the closest we could get to Epstein's estate. It's just through those gates and right up there atop that hill. Now, what should happen to the estate? That's the big question. We asked the state's land commissioner and attorney general.
I hope that the buildings are actually torn down. What we associate with the memory of those buildings, I believe to look at them are probably painful for a number of young women who have to constantly see them over and over again.
I would really defer to the victims and carry out their intent on this matter.
Whoever buys that property is going to have to deal with the ghosts that come with it.
For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.
We checked with the Santa Fe District Attorney to see if they were going to pursue criminal charges against the nonprofit. She didn't want to go on camera and said she's not received a report from police. The Attorney General tells us if he tried unsuccessfully to get the federal government to seize the property.